have been so very nervous since last night, but overall I think I'm just very excited to open the envelope and see where I'm going and get this part of my life started.
Honestly, there was very little sleep that was had last night. I was incredibly nervous, but also incredibly excited.
Last night was not a good night for me.
I got a bunch of texting. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight.
It was a big sigh of relief, like, oh, I matched somewhere. But then last night I started getting a little butterflies.
I think I'm going to feel some relief and just overall an overwhelming amount of pride.
There's been so much anticipation leading up to this moment, and to finally have the answer as to where we're going, I think is going to be the most exciting thing.
Just knowing that all that uncertainty is gone, excited for this next step for me and my family.
Greetings, everyone. A wonderful, wonderful morning to you all.
Welcome, everybody, to the class of 2025 Match Day. I want to thank you all for joining us this morning to celebrate this exciting and significant milestone, which is one of the many in our students' journeys to becoming practicing physicians. Class of 2025, you will always remember this day as I remember mine.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
I'm just so happy and so blessed to have gotten my top choice and excited to just go, explore the new city, the culture, and learn from its patients.
I knew it was the right place for me. I knew from the beginning after interviewing at University of Cincinnati that this was where I wanted to be, and I'm so glad that I get to continue that journey.
Well, we learned we matched here in Tucson and we're together, and I'm just so excited to continue our journey here.
When I opened my envelope, I saw that I matched my #1 choice at Rush University in Chicago. I'm born and raised in Arizona, so I'm excited to go and try something new. It's going to be a long 7 years because I matched neurosurgery, but I'm looking forward to it.
And I matched at my #1 in Boston, Massachusetts with Beth Israel, and it was the most unreal feeling in the world. I'm so grateful.
I chose emergency medicine, and I'm excited to become a very knowledgeable doctor, continue taking care of patients who need it the most, and care for patients that I connect with in terms of culture and language in Miami.
I'm looking forward to making even more connections. You know, I had in-person interviews and I made a wonderful network of colleagues, and I'm hoping to continue that with like-minded individuals and honestly experiencing a new city that I've never experienced before.
Being able to stick together with the community that we've been able to build, the people. We know a lot of the residents here already, a lot of the medical students, the first years, so excited to see them grow throughout the next 3 years.
And excited to not have to move. That is pretty great also.
I'm excited to start training to become an orthopedic surgeon. That's been my dream, and I am just so ecstatic and honored to be part of this specialty.
I'm looking forward to how much I'm going to grow with the new community out in Boston, be with world-changing mentors, and hopefully be the best anesthesiologist I can be.
I love Arizona. I love the U of A. Thank you so much for preparing me for the next part of my career.
I wouldn't be here without the mentors that I've had and the people that have supported me. It's a several-person journey, and I'm only here because of those people.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Please be seated. My name is Michael Abecassis, and I'm the Dean of the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Tucson. On behalf of the college's faculty and staff, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome the class of 2025. As well as their families and friends, to the College of Medicine Tucson's 54th Convocation ceremony. I would like to begin by respectfully acknowledging that the University of Arizona is on the land and territories of indigenous peoples. Today, Arizona is home to 22 federally recognized tribes, with Tucson being home to the O'odham and the Yaqui. The university strives to build sustainable relationships with sovereign native nations and indigenous communities through offerings in education, partnerships, and community service. Dear class of 2025, to get to this point in your professional journey, you have all demonstrated an impressive list of character traits: discipline, intelligence, courage, humility, perseverance, resilience, enthusiasm, humor, empathy, teamwork, and a clear sense of purpose. And please remember that as you care for your patients going forward as great physicians, to not just treat the disease that the patient has, but to treat the patient who has the disease, taking into consideration all the circumstances that surround the patient. While keeping your sights on your patient's humanity, also keep in mind that technology is rapidly altering the practice of medicine. As you use the strong foundation of knowledge gained at this College of Medicine when managing increasingly complex diagnostic and therapeutic interventions, keep an open mind to new technologies such as artificial intelligence and decision support algorithms that use machine learning platforms. But please remember that while the practice of medicine is anchored in scientific principles and exciting new technologies, applying these appropriately requires sensitivity and the human touch. And don't ever forget that, for this is the art of medicine. Our faculty and staff are all extremely proud of you. Each one of them extends their congratulations on your significant achievement, and we all look forward to your continued success. I would like to take a moment to introduce those who have joined us on the platform today. Dear colleagues, please stand briefly as I introduce you, and then you may take your seats again. Dr. Jennifer Barton, Interim Vice Provost for Health Programs. Ms. Allison Flynn Gaffney, Chief Executive Officer, Banner University Medical Center Tucson and Banner University Medical Center South. Dr. Andrew Tang, Physician Executive, Banner University Medical Group Tucson. Dr. Cela Valenzuela, Vice Dean, Community Engagement and Partnerships. Dr. Tejal Parikh, Associate Dean, Admissions and Director, Comprehensive Education Center. Dr. Kevin Moynihan, Vice Dean, Medical Education. Dr. Richard Amini, Associate Dean, Student Affairs. Dr. Daniel Butler, Assistant Dean, Student Affairs. Dr. Katie Kowalek, Assistant Dean, Student Affairs. Dr. Elaine Situ-Lacasse, Assistant Dean, Student Affairs. Dr. Raquel Hernandez-Givens, Associate Dean, Curricular Affairs. Dr. Josie Acuna, Assistant Dean, Clinical Competency. This evening, some very special people in this audience and those who are watching from afar are celebrating your achievements. They have all played important and sometimes pivotal roles in your journey. They have helped you when you needed it. They have cheered your successes. They have supported you through rough patches. And they have been looking forward to this day as much as you have, or perhaps even more. To all the parents, spouses, partners, other family members, and friends, we are so grateful for your support, your encouragement, and your commitment during our graduates' challenging yet rewarding journeys to becoming doctors. I would also like to acknowledge all of those who have taught, advised, and mentored the members of this graduating class. Whether faculty or staff, thank you for guiding and mentoring our students as they all worked so hard to get here today. Will the faculty representatives from the college who are here today please rise so we can express our gratitude? I would now like to ask Dr. Kevin Moynihan to introduce this year's class speaker. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Moynihan.
Good evening. I also welcome our graduating students, their loved ones, and our esteemed faculty to this evening ceremony. It's hard for me to believe that 4 years have gone by and you are now about to graduate as proud physicians from the College of Medicine in Tucson. I remember meeting your class at orientation and welcoming you into the profession at the white coat ceremony. And here you are, another part of your journey complete. I am privileged to have shared part of your medical school experience with you, both the highs and the lows, and most important, the passion for medicine and caring for people. Your class has impressed me with qualities of resilience and compassion, traits that will serve you well in the future. I look forward to working with those of you continuing your residency training at the College of Medicine in Tucson. I wish you all the best in your careers and in your lives. Medicine is a profession in a constant state of change, and you will help shape the future of healthcare. I know you will make us proud. My best advice for a fulfilling career is to never forget why you first entered the profession and reflect on this regularly. Thanks for the memories. I'll really miss those of you leaving the College of Medicine Tucson, and I hope all of you will keep in touch and attend reunion events. I'm very pleased to introduce this year's class speaker, Brendan Barnes. Several weeks ago, we asked Brendan to provide us with some background on his journey into medicine. We shared last year's speech as an example, which highlighted the speaker's long list of accolades and impressive achievements. And while I will share several of Brendan's achievements, he emphasized his desire to deliver a more personal approach. What I will share first with you about Brendan is that he holds his MedCat pride close to his heart. And when I say close, I mean it's basically a part of his identity at this point. When he says bear down, we better all say go Cats. Brendan grew up in Phoenix and moved to Tucson for his undergraduate studies, graduating in 2020 with a degree in physiology. While Brendan achieved high academic metrics, it was his unwavering commitment to his community and those around him that set him apart. Whether it was working in the Down Syndrome Research Lab or giving campus tours, Brendan always knew that Tucson was going to hold a special place in his heart. But little did he know that he would spend the next 4 years of his medical journey with us. After a gap year during the height of the COVID pandemic, Brendan returned to Tucson to begin medical school. As an MS1, his dedication to his community continued to flourish. As lead coordinator for the Kids Clinic, a CUP clinic serving uninsured pediatric populations, Brendan and his team grew the patient capacity by 300%, setting a new standard that will last for years. He also led our chapter of the Special Olympics, advocating for health and increasing disability awareness throughout southern Arizona. On top of that, he continued his research with Down Syndrome Research Group, publishing and presenting studies on heart rate variability in children with Down syndrome and the effects of swim exercise on sleep and memory patterns in this population. Beyond all of these accomplishments, what stands out most about Brendan is his ability to connect with others, whether it be his friends, family, faculty, or patients. Brendan has an innate ability to make others feel valued, listened to, and cared for. This trait impacts everything Brendan does. He's one of those rare people who has a heart big enough to make sure that everyone around him feels that they are truly cared for. Thus, it did not surprise me or anyone that Brendan was inducted into our Gold Humanism Honor Society, recognizing him as one of the top 15% of his class for exemplifying humanism and professionalism in medicine. Brendan will soon be heading to the Rocky Mountains with his partner Chloe and their golden retriever Augie to begin his residency at Children's Hospital of Colorado as a pediatric neurologist. Before he embarks on this next chapter in his journey, let's take a moment to recognize all he has done for our community. Please join me in welcoming Brendan Barnes, the class of 2025 student speaker.
We'll see if I use these teleprompters. Okay. Good evening, Wildcats. Good evening, Wildcats. Okay. All right. So before I even begin to summarize our last 4 years, I do have a couple of housekeeping items. So first, a quick public service announcement. Can I take this out? I'm going to take this out. Okay. So quick public service announcement. So earlier today, DraftKings actually set the over-under at 13.5 for how many times I'm going to say bear down in this speech. After reviewing my notes and factoring in how unapologetically sentimental I'm going to be feeling after leaving Tucson after 8 incredible years, that number is now 18.5. And folks, we're going to hammer the over. Second, there's another fair warning. This speech relies incredibly on audience participation. It's graduation. You thought you all were safe, and I get it. You were wrong. So here's how this is going to work. Every time that I or any student says bear down, you will all reply loud and proud, go Cats. Okay, so we're going to practice at least a couple of times. Okay, bear down. Oh, we don't even need a second one. Just kidding. Okay, let's try it again. Some of you in the back looked a little confused. All right, bear down. Oh, that's more like it. Okay, now I can put this back. I'm getting a little shaky. So that's what we call adequate audience responsiveness. That's A&O times 4 for all of you, okay? All right. There's a famous quote, and I can't remember if it was Dr. Rappaport or Joni Mitchell, but it goes something like, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And no, I don't know who Joni Mitchell is. But I do know that's exactly how some of us are feeling about finishing this chapter of our lives. We're feeling nostalgic, we're feeling confused, and probably a little dehydrated like I am now. Truthfully, med school has been an emotional roller coaster, except the seatbelt wasn't fully fastened, the med students were the ride operators, and most of us had already sat down mid-panic attack, but we were still holding our granola bars and Celsiuses in hand. But family and friends, there we go. You already know how hard we worked to get here. You saw the blood, maybe. You saw the sweat, certainly, and you saw tears. At least my family did. What you might not know, though, is that our experiences weren't just studying. They weren't just stress. They weren't just rotations. Our experiences were shaped by the in-between moments. The memories, the ridiculousness, the friendships forged through trauma and caffeine that made the last 4 years unforgettable. And that's what I'm gonna share with you. So a few weeks ago, I had sent a Google form to my classmates asking really just one question. What are the stories that you'll remember for the rest of your life? The embarrassing ones, the heartbreaking ones, the laugh so hard you almost pee ones, and one of you did do that. So I can spend the next few minutes recapping our curriculum and accomplishments, but honestly, I think we're just gonna get more joy from reliving the chaos that we just barely survived. So to those who submitted, thank you. To those who I'm about to expose, oops. So let's start at the beginning, orientation. So before we even had our white coats, we had orientation week, which was AKA a get to know you week, and we sure did. Forget the lectures. What I remember is Britt having the courage to say, that's how we're gonna roll, okay, at least 18 more times. She had the courage to post in the group chat that it was her birthday, and she wanted to celebrate it with 120 complete strangers at Culinary Dropout. We ate, we drank, it was all incredibly wholesome for about an hour. And then someone, not gonna say who, suggested that we hit the Hut, a Tucson nightlife staple. So it might have been Sona, it might have been myself. But doesn't matter, we danced so hard to 2000's pop, and Keitha rapped every word to Look At Me Now, even the Busta Rhymes part, and I realized just how incredible of a time I would have with these people. But then coming off the emotional high of our white coat ceremony, we were met with foundations, a fire hose of information. Overwhelming is an understatement. It was like trying to sip water from a hydrant during a hurricane while also somehow being on fire, I don't know. But we stuck together. So enter Zane, who single-handedly carried the weight of our collective mental health by delivering, as the cool kids say, dank memes. And he did that weekly. Even in our darkest hours, Zane knew that he had, and bring us the content that we needed. Thanks, Zane. And so somehow we found our groove, sort of. Foundations evaporated, MSK zipped by, and neuro, well, let's just say it was memorable. But Donna still claims it was her favorite block, right before she switched to emergency medicine and never looked back. But we still kept a balance. Throughout neuro, CPR, DMH, all of our pre-clerkship blocks, the Edison Home and DJ Mexcellence kept us going with Halloween, holiday, and homecoming parties. And honestly, that was our therapy. And there was plenty of self-care too. Katie, you saw Harry Styles for the 8th time on a Monday, and you had societies on a Tuesday. What did you have to do? Edgar, you rocked Coachella on a Sunday, and then you nailed your DMH practical, which I'm still mad about, on a Monday. What did you do? So we made it work, mostly with caffeine, camaraderie, and Edgar some questionable life choices. But then came the summer of 2022, which was our last real summer vacation, and we really did it all. We did research, we did weddings, we did vacations, and yes, Derek, we did You Rolled Questions too. And for Io and myself, we had a poolside Chainsmokers concert in Vegas at 5 o'clock on a Sunday, followed by clinic in Prescott the very next morning. So Io, what did we have to do? That's right. And myself, I had to drive in the dark while you belted out every single word of the Hamilton soundtrack for an hour and a half. You haven't known true endurance until you've heard guns and ships at full volume from someone running on 3 hours of sleep and some coffee. And yes, we also studied for step 1. So then second year came fast and furious. And amidst the weekly quizzes and the creeping existential dread, something else started blooming. Medical school love stories. Joe and Alicia, Manna and Io, CJ and David, Curtis and Ileana, David and Elise, Hannah and Zach, Justin and Laura, just to name a few. Love was in the air and in our study groups. And for Ben and Notion, rumor has it, without a little nudge from your society's mentor, Dr. Gordon, things may not have blossomed. It's pretty cute, am I right? So when Dr. Gordon gave that push, one of you decided to bear down and ask the other out. I don't know who did it, but it doesn't matter, it's cute. I thought about asking Dr. Gordon to say those words instead, but even I know my limits. And then clerkships, the third year. You surprised me. I also realized I have 8 minutes for this thing, and there's no chance it's happening. I'm so sorry. So then the clerkships happened, the third year. Our confidence was high, our sleep was low, and the student and medical student was really showing itself. But it wouldn't be a medical school convocation speech without a walkthrough, so let's break it down. OBGYN, will my newly matched OB-GYNs please stand up? So just a piece of advice for our future students. So please, for the love of all things sterile, tell them that no matter how good those blue shoe covers look, they will not save your white Hokas during a C-section. And also, when you see your student, eyes wide, reaching up to adjust their goggles mid-surgery, what are you going to tell them? Thank you. You were supposed to stay standing, but I guess now you can be seated. All right, family medicine. Let's try this one. Will my future family docs please rise? You are the backbone of healthcare. You do it all. Procedures, preventative visits, social complexities. You're change makers, community builders, and the glue holding it all together. But please, for the sake of the students, if you're teaching circumcisions, make sure they know to keep the diaper on standby, okay? Rogue streams are unforgettable. I'm speaking from personal experience. And I speak of a place from soggy experience. Thank you. You may be seated. All right, pediatrics, let's stand up. So to my future pediatricians, you're signing up for the 2-for-1 special. You're getting the patient and you're getting the parent. Take that as you will. You'll need to speak fluent Gen Alpha, laugh at bowel movement jokes professionally, and become a black belt in baby burrito wrapping. Now, Jessica Schinkel, I know you make this look easy. I do not. And somehow, the families always know. So when your 7-year-old patient hasn't had a bowel movement in 5 days, but you still managed to build them in a Minecraft village, what are you going to tell them? Literally. All right, thank you. You may be seated. Psychiatry, up you go. The therapists, the healers, the empathy champions. While the rest of us were panic ordering troponins, you calmly asked, and how does that make you feel? And so when you're 2 hours deep in an interview with the patient, running on nothing but vibes and some hospital chicken tenders, what do you do? And speaking of psychiatrists, Bobby, when you have a shelf on Friday and your US citizenship test on a Thursday, what do you do? That's right. You aced both, and then you belted out Born in the USA at Bob Dobbs Karaoke with enough passion to make Bruce Springsteen question his career. Slay. Thank you. You all may be seated. All right, now I'm having fun. The nerves are gone. Surgery. To my future surgeons, up you go. So we all of us had 8 weeks of some controlled chaos, trauma bays, and sterile fields where I thought joy goes to dry out. You're going to tell us it's like being a kid in a candy store, but that candy store only sells scalpels and emotional repression. Sorry. I know you love it. You're going to look exhausted, you're going to smell like betadine, and you're still going to say it's magical, the happiest place on earth. And honestly, I really am happy for you. I'm so confused, but I'm really, really happy for you. I do have one humble request from a personal experience. When you're doing your trauma overnights, it's 4 a.m., please don't make the med student call ortho for a left fifth metatarsal fracture. That's the pinky toe. The pinky toe. Deb will find you, and she will not be kind. All right, thank you. You may be seated. There's 2 more, and then we can get serious. So internal medicine, will all of my internists please rise? So yes, I know you know I'm going to talk about the 5-hour rounds. Because yes, they can be 5-hour rounds. Dr. JP. So when the med student skips breakfast, replaces water with coffee, and starts to look a little pale, especially when you're at Banner South and it feels like 80 degrees in there, you can definitely tell them to bear down and push through it. But maybe you're also going to make sure they're seated. Maybe they have some ice chips and some gummy bears in hand. I don't know, just in case. Because otherwise, you're going to be ending up rounding in the ER. Thank you. You may be seated. Neurology. Well, my future neurologists stand up. So neurology, you're going to spend your time solving puzzles that no one else wants to touch. You're going to ask, when did you start feeling weird? And you're going to get answers like, well, my leg felt a little warm, then I felt a little cold, and then my arm started feeling like nothing. And you're going to have no idea what's going on, but when someone asks, so what's the plan? You're just going to shrug, and you're going to say, we'll bear down, and we'll hope for the best. Or order an MRI. Thank you. You may be seated. And I'd written this speech doing just the clerkships, but I realized there are so many students not going into those fields specifically. So will the rest of you please rise, and let's get a round of applause. All right. Are you happy now? All right, sit down. This isn't about you. So then came the light at the end of the tunnel, 4th year. And you hear about how great it is, about all the free time, the golden era. Well, they lied. Here's my gripe. What they didn't tell you is you still have to survive step 2, your acting internship, away rotation, submitting your ERAS application, interviews, second looks, and the ever-daunting match. It's in those moments, though, those long, uncertain months, that you really learn what it means to bear down. Very nice, you're still with me. What it really means to be a physician in training, which brings us to right now, graduation. Standing at the edge of this chapter, surrounded by the people who got us here, our families, our mentors, our friends, it's impossible not to feel the weight of what this moment means. And while I've spent the last few minutes, longer than I was supposed to, putting humor to what it means to bear down, I just want to take a moment to go a little bit deeper, because we all know what's ahead. These next few years are going to be, I lost my cord. We all know what's ahead. These next few years will be some of the most defining, demanding, and transformative of our lives. We're heading into training that's going to ask everything of us, and then it's going to ask a little bit more. Every day, we're going to wait. I might cry. Oh, my God. Every day, we probably will wake up sleep-deprived, emotionally raw, stretched to our limits, and we're still going to ask ourselves, how can I be better? Better for our patients, better for our families, better for our teams, and better for that terrified family that looks to us for answers we may not always have. There's going to be breathtaking highs, I promise you that. The first time a child ventures into the world after months in the NICU, the moment a patient holds your hand with tears in their eyes and says, thank you. There's going to be heartbreak too. There's going to be moments where no matter how hard we try, it won't be enough. Moments where we step out of a patient's room and have to find a quiet hallway to cry in. Thank you for being with me, Isa. Moments where we will wonder if we are strong enough to keep going. And yet, we will. Because in each of us is the same fire that carried us through these sleepless nights, anatomy labs, exams that felt impossible, and rotations that made us question everything. Inside each of us is the same community that showed up again and again and again. We didn't do this alone because we couldn't have. Think about the people who believed in you before you believed in yourself. The classmate who sent you notes before you missed a lecture. The partner who held you through all of your self-doubt. Thanks, Chloe. The parent who, Jesus Christ, sorry. Almost done, I promise. The parent who cheered you on every step of the way. The mentor who reminded you that one bad day does not define the physician or the person that you are becoming. And so even when everything felt like too much, we found joy. We found each other, and we found the hut. Last page. We found reasons to laugh in the darkest hours and ways to celebrate the smallest wins. We found family in one another, in the study groups that turned into lifelong friendships, in the late-night phone calls, in the quiet acts of kindness that held us up when we were too tired to stand on our own. Let this be the reminder. We've already faced so much, and we are still here. We've made it this far. We can make it through whatever comes next. And so at this point, I've said my favorite phrase 18 times. Maybe more, actually. And so yes, if you bet the over, here comes one more. Whether Tucson was your home for just these last 4 years or has been your home for the lifetime, you are now and will always be a Wildcat for life. Because being a Wildcat means more than a mascot, it means more than a school, it means resilience, it means community, and it means rising up again and again and again, no matter how heavy the load. So thank you all for being here today and for being part of our story. One last time now, bear down. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry that went long. So good.
One more time. All right, so as some of you may be aware, we had a scheduling issue with being in Centennial Hall. We heard you loud and clear. Yes. You fought for Centennial Hall. We fought for Centennial Hall. And here we are in Centennial Hall. And luckily, the only casualty is that our invited keynote speaker, Dr. Andrew Lee, could not be here in person. Why, you may ask? Because as the dean of UT Southwest, he has his own convocation tomorrow morning. And he couldn't possibly catch a flight out this late and make it to his convocation. So first of all, we spent a very nice few hours with Dr. Lee, and although he's not able to attend in person, he did create a video so that we could all hear from him. And before we do that, let me introduce Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee is a world-renowned surgeon who is currently Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost of the UT Southwest Medical Center and Dean of the University of Texas Southwestern Medical School. An honors graduate in physics from Harvard College, he received his medical degree from Johns Hopkins, where he also completed his residency in general surgery. followed by plastic surgery training at Mass General, followed by an orthopedic hand fellowship at the Indiana Hand Center. In 1993, he joined the academic faculty of Harvard, and in 2002, he became the chief of the plastic surgery division at the University of Pittsburgh. He was then recruited back to Johns Hopkins as the inaugural chair of the Department of Plastics and Reconstructive Surgery in 2010 and was recruited to his current position at UT Southwest in 2019. Why did we select Dr. Lee? Dr. Lee is a great example of a true triple threat in academic medicine: a great clinician, a great scientist, and a great educator. After establishing an immune protocol in his laboratory, he led the surgical team that performed the first bilateral hand transplant in the US in 2009, the first transhumeral transplant in 2010, and that is transplanting the arm from the shoulder to the elbow, and the first total penis and scrotum transplant in the world for a wounded warrior. Dr. Lee is a prolific investigator and author. He has received over 100 awards and honors from regional, national, and international professional organizations. And although he's not here, it is now my honor and privilege to introduce Dr. Andrew Lee.
Dean Abecassis, leaders of the College of Medicine and Banner University Medicine, distinguished faculty, proud families, and most of all, the graduating class of 2025. Thank you for the honor of speaking to you on this momentous day. It's a privilege to address this graduating class from the University of Arizona College of Medicine, an institution I've long admired. Having spent the last 6+ years at UT Southwestern, I see in your school a kindred spirit, a place marked by quiet excellence and bold ambition. Like UT Southwestern, the University of Arizona has carved out a reputation not by chasing headlines, but by cultivating substance. Whether it's world-class neuroscience research, pioneering work in health disparities, or your unwavering commitment to producing physicians who are both clinically outstanding and deeply humanistic. This is a school clearly on the rise. You're expanding in reach, deepening in purpose, and lighting a path forward for the next generation of medicine. So, with deep humility, I'd like to share a few reflections. Lessons drawn not from textbooks or protocols, but from my lived experience. They are the product of a journey that began far from this stage. Like some of you or your parents, I'm an immigrant to this country. I came to the US from Taiwan with limited resources but boundless hope. My parents sent me at age 15 to live with my siblings, who were finishing graduate schools and beginning new jobs in the US. Over the next 4 years, I moved around the country, attending a different school every year in a new town, always adapting to a new environment. My first stop was Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, a college town in the Midwest. At Urbana High School, I stood out in every way. No one looked like me, and while I had studied English spelling and grammar, I couldn't yet understand or speak the language. Reading a single page of a textbook required hours and a dictionary. I was an outsider, culturally, linguistically, and socially, but I was determined to fit in. To become proficient in English, I learned to listen with intent. I paid attention to every word and tried to understand not just what was said, but what was meant. That struggle made me an attentive listener. I also watched the TV evening news religiously, studying the cadence and clarity of broadcasters like Walter Cronkite. It taught me to speak in a way that was direct, cogent, and succinct. At the same time, navigating unfamiliar customs taught me the value of learning from people with different perspectives. I became curious about how and why others saw the world differently. In hindsight, those early efforts to adapt, to listen, to speak with clarity, and to understand other people's frames of reference became foundational skills that served me throughout my career. My siblings and I had no wealthy relatives, no influential networks. When I went to college, each sibling would send me a $10 check every month to cover living expenses. And yet, despite the lack of resources or connections, America's finest universities and hospitals opened their doors. They offered me scholarships and an education, and from there, opportunities for professional advancement followed. Not guaranteed, but available, based on merit, drive, and persistence. That reality, which may be taken for granted by some, will be unthinkable in most parts of the world. Our country is not perfect, but I'm convinced it remains uniquely a land of opportunity. During my career, I encountered many talented and inspiring people. Everyone had their own style and manner, but just as you can hear a lot by listening, according to Yogi Berra, you can see a lot by watching. I developed a habit of closely observing people in leadership positions, taking mental notes on what they did well, and trying to emulate those traits. There were 3 physicians in particular who left lasting impressions on me, each modeling a different aspect of excellence. Dr. James May was the chief of plastic surgery at Massachusetts General Hospital, who hired me for my first faculty job. I have never known anyone more inquisitive or more capable of asking incisive questions. In fact, amongst trainees, the joke was that the best reason to train at MGH was to avoid having Dr. May as your board oral examiner. He had an uncanny ability to probe deeply and identify gaps. To this day, I try to listen to every academic presentation as if Dr. May were sitting next to me, ready to ask the one question the presenter is least prepared for. That mindset has made me more critical in the best sense of the word and better able to assess and strengthen ideas. Dr. Jim Strickland, a pioneering hand surgeon who founded the Indiana Hand Center, led my hand surgery fellowship. I learned much from him technically, but it was his patient interactions that left the deepest impression. Even under the pressure of a fast-paced clinic, he made time to look patients in the eye and speak to them with warmth and sincerity. I still remember how he spoke to the wife of a patient who had experienced a terrible complication in the OR. His honesty was matched only by his empathy. By the end of the conversation, I could not tell whether she was more concerned for her husband or for Dr. Strickland himself. In the era of electronic health records and computer screens in the clinic, Dr. Strickland's example is more relevant than ever. As physicians, we can all be better by relating to the patient directly and personally. Dr. Tom Starzl, the father of liver transplantation, was another role model. From 1967 to 1979, more than half of his liver transplant patients died within a year, a staggering figure. But he persisted. He improved techniques, refined immunosuppression, and transformed outcomes. He also pursued bold, controversial ideas, such as chimerism-induced tolerance, with unshakable conviction. He encouraged our laboratory at the University of Pittsburgh to explore donor marrow infusion as a way to minimize immunosuppression in hand transplants. His perseverance, curiosity, and scientific rigor taught me that setbacks aren't signal to stop. They're cause to refine and keep going. From these mentors, I learned that great physicians are not just skilled. They are relentlessly curious, profoundly human, and undeterred by setbacks. In the course of my career, I've had the privilege of leading research labs, an academic division, a department, and hand transplant programs in 2 institutions. And from those experiences, I've learned that success in academic medicine is never solitary. It is fueled by teams, and teams are empowered when their members are recognized. One lesson I hold on to is to give credit freely. Acknowledge the people around you, your colleagues, your staff, your collaborators. At both institutions where we develop hand transplant programs, we need a full participation from orthopedic and plastic hand surgeons, transplant surgeons, medical specialists, nurses, hand therapists, psychologists, and social workers. We also engaged urologists and bioethicists for the penile transplant program. None of these efforts would have succeeded without their full buy-in and without intentional recognition of their value. The more generously a leader gives credit, the stronger and more committed the team becomes. There's one more principle I will offer, and this one is harder. I've come to believe that negative feedback is often more valuable than positive reinforcement. Praise is gratifying. It reinforces what we do well. But criticism, especially the kind that's difficult to hear, holds the power to catalyze real growth. The challenge is twofold. Most people are hesitant to offer critical feedback, and most of us are resistant to receiving it. I've learned to gently solicit it, to create an environment where people feel psychologically safe enough to be candid. And that feedback, while sometimes uncomfortable, has been amongst the most useful gift I've received. Your growth, both as a physician and as a leader, will be defined not only by your successes, but by how you process, adapt to, and rise from the challenges and critiques you encounter. As I close, I return to the mission of the University of Arizona College of Medicine: to advance health and wellness through education, research, and patient care in service to Arizona and beyond. That mission is not only aspirational, it is being realized every day in your classrooms, clinics, and communities. You're graduating from a place that not only equips students with knowledge, but shapes them with empathy, grit, and vision. The lessons I've shared, drawn from my upbringing and my academic journey, are fully aligned with the values this institution holds dear. I hope some of them resonate with you as you begin your own journey in medicine. Thank you again for the privilege of addressing you. It has been a distinct honor. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Join me in acknowledging and thanking Dr. Lee for his inspiring words, for recording this special message, and for his visit. We truly appreciate his participation. Introduction of student marshals now. As part of our rich tradition at the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Tucson, graduating students vote for outstanding faculty to serve as student marshals. This year, the graduating class chose Dr. Nafiz Ahmad, Professor of Immunology, and Dr. John Bloom, Professor of Medicine. As their faculty representatives in the basic and clinical science, respectively. Dr. Ahmad and Dr. Bloom, will you please stand and be recognized? Congratulations. Before we begin to announce each graduate individually, I would like to provide some context about our Colleges Societies program. This program is designed to offer long-term mentorship and a supportive learning environment for our students. Each student is placed in a small group led by a faculty physician who not only teaches clinical skills, but also acts as a mentor throughout the student's 4 years of medical school. The Societies program consists of 4 houses, named after Tucson mountain ranges: Catalina, Rincon, Santa Rita, and Tortolita. Each house has a designated house dean to ensure students receive personalized attention and support. In the spirit of the Societies program, we will be announcing the graduates by house. They will be hooded by a mentor from their respective house as they approach the stage. We will begin with the Catalina house, and I would like to invite Dr. Elaine Situ-Lacasse to introduce the first group of students from Catalina House.
I am pleased to introduce our first mentor, Dr. Audrey Baker, Associate Professor of Otolaryngology, and her graduating students. Dr. Elise Botsley. Dr. Benji Benita. Dr. Tian Huang. Dr. Jacob Reff. Our next mentor is Dr. Colleen Cagno, Professor of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Robert Valente Childers. Dr. Rushabh Dalat, who will be hooded by his sister, Dr. Riyasha Dalat. Dr. Ryan Ray Garcia. Dr. Bailey Geffro. Dr. Jacob Mapp. Dr. Sparshi Naik. Dr. Elka Rubin. Who will be hooded by her father, Dr. Jeffrey Rubin. Dr. Jared Raldy. Our next mentor is Dr. Kevin Moynihan, Vice Dean of Medical Education and Professor of Medicine. Dr. Joseph Robert Gunderson. Dr. Amanda Rose Huff, who will be hooded by her father, Dr. Terry Huff. Dr. Arzu Rakesh Kumar. Dr. Gabriela Orozco Martinez. Dr. Brenda Valencia Jones. Our next mentor is Dr. Serena Scott, Associate Professor of Medicine. Dr. Riley Goldsmith. Dr. Melissa Nocera. Who will be hooded by Dr. Zandra Nocera, her mother. Dr. David Schaub. Dr. Shruti Mukesh Ringwala Shah, who will be hooded by her brother, Dr. Sai Shah. Dr. Christopher Michael Trapani. Our next mentor is Dr. Puneet Shroff, Clinical Associate Professor of Medicine.
I love you. Thank you.
Dr. Haley Saccone. Dr. Taylor Groy. Dr. Daniel John Matloff. Dr. C.J. Ryan. Dr. Juan Sanchez. It is my pleasure to ask Dr. Katie Kowalik to the podium to read the names of members of the Rincon House.
I will now read the names of the students of Rincon House. I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Joy Bolger-Beck, Clinical Assistant Professor of Medicine, and her students. Dr. Meghna Bandala Murray, who will be hooded. She will be hooded by her mother, Dr. Sunitha Bandla Murray. Dr. Marlene Gonzalez Anguiano. Dr. Curtis Josephs. Dr. Duri Sabina Saeed. She will be hooded by her uncle, Dr. Muhammad Noman. Dr. Wyatt Snell. Congratulations. Our next mentor is Dr. Barbara Eckstein, Clinical Assistant Professor of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Isabel Chia. Dr. David Mintz. He will be hooded by his father, Dr. Michael Mintz. Dr. Sultana Montaha Huda Nasir Mojadidi. She will be hooded by her father, Dr. Mohammed Nasir. Dr. Martin Alexis Garcia. Dr. Hannah Rosh Newton. Our next mentor is Dr. Ramesh Kara, Clinical Assistant Professor of Emergency Medicine. Dr. Ileana Cosio. Dr. Benjamin Maglias. He will be hooded by his life partner, Dr. Daniel Gutierrez. Dr. Timothy Marshall, Jr. He will be hooded by his father, Dr. Timothy Marshall. Is that okay? Dr. Ricardo Ciocampo. He will be hooded by his uncle, Dr. Manuel Figueroa. Congratulations. Dr. Alyssa Stanley. She will be hooded by her sister, Dr. Ashley Doherty. Dr. Alyssa Cornelia Gunderson. Correction, Alicia Cornelia Gunderson. Our next mentor is Dr. Tejal Parikh, Associate Dean of Admissions, Director of the Comprehensive Education Center, and Associate Professor of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Justin Lay. Dr. Jasmine Lauren Locke. Dr. Madison Newman. Dr. Jessica Julene Schinkel Williams. Our next mentor is Dr. Sarah Tariq, Clinical Assistant Professor of Medicine. Dr. Emily Dereskevich. Dr. Alec Hans. Dr. Nicole Cummett. Dr. Brandon Zhang. It is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Richard Amini to the podium to read the names of the members of the Santa Rita House.
All right, now it's my pleasure to announce the mentors and graduates from the House of the Santa Rita House. Our first Santa Rita mentor is Dr. Dan Beskin, an Associate Professor of Emergency Medicine. His graduates are Dr. Natalie Elizabeth Carl, Dr. Blake Gherkin, Dr. Zain Bashar Majid, he is hooded by his father and mother, Dr. Bashar Majid and Dr. Suhair Stifo. Dr. Yanni Seyfrate. Dr. Kenneth Ethan Silvestro. Our next mentor is Dr. Paul Gordon, Professor of Family and Community Medicine. His graduates are Dr. Edgar Aguayo, Dr. Kevin Cheng, Dr. Lacey Culpepper, Dr. Noshin Nusat, Dr. Benjamin Pope, Dr. Tuluwalashe Ayotunde Talabi, Dr. Laura Tran, Our next mentor is Dr. Dahlia McHale, Clinical Associate Professor of Medicine. And her graduates are Dr. David Ahmadian, Dr. Rebecca Dendy, Dr. Emily Arnois. Dr. Sheda Mesgarzadeh. She will be hooded by Dr. Rana Musavi, her aunt. Dr. Brandon Wynn. Brandon will be hooded by Dr. Paul Wynn and Dr. Alexander Wynn, his father and sister. Dr. Aaron Pellegrino. Our next mentor is Dr. Ali Min, Senior Associate Dean of Faculty Affairs in the College of Health Sciences and Professor of Emergency Medicine. Her graduates are Dr. Lisette Estala, Dr. Ethan Hill. Dr. Ankitha Kaki. Dr. Ayomide Daniel Odeneye. He will be hooded by his father, Dr. Daniel Adeneye. Dr. Sona Rose Wolf. Our next mentor is Dr. Chad Viscusi, Assistant Professor of Emergency Medicine and Pediatrics. His graduates are Dr. Megan Irby, Dr. Nadia Jones, Dr. Aiden Levine. Dr. Gina Lee Ramirez. Dr. Shruti Anjana Srinivasan. She will be hooded by Dr. Rema Ramesh, her cousin. It's my pleasure now to ask Dr. Daniel Butler to the podium to read the names of the members of the Tortolita House.
I am pleased to introduce Dr. Maria Bishop, Professor of Medicine, and her graduates. Dr. Jacob Denton. Dr. Hamza Ghanem. Who will be hooded by Dr. Ibrahim Ghanem, his father. Dr. Hannah Godfrey. Dr. Deborah Joyce Nelson. Dr. Panta Sazagar, who will be hooded by Dr. Parastu Sazagar, her sister. Dr. Jonathan Yasme. Our next mentor is Dr. Carlos Gonzalez, Assistant Vice President of Indigenous Affairs and Associate Professor of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Bobby Ann Alcanzo. who will be hooded by Dr. Bernice Alcanzo, her sister. Dr. Adam Christian Carl. Dr. Jordan Gottwalt Bish. Dr. Asil Hani Soha Ibrahim. Our next mentor is Dr. Randa Kutab, Director of Continuing Medical Education and Associate Professor of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Maria Adelis. Dr. Nicholas Christopher. Dr. Lacey Hart. Dr. Andrew C. Hostler, who will be hooded by Dr. Sarah Falahi, his fiancée. Dr. Isa Hibeth Jimenez Espinosa. Dr. Gabrielle Vivi Silva Lu, who will be hooded by Dr. Benjamin Aaron Silva, her husband. Dr. Alicia Thompson IV, who will be hooded by Dr. Alicia Thompson III, his father. Dr. Valeria Valverde. Dr. Christopher James Zaki, who will be hooded by Dr. Hani K. Zaki, his father. Our next mentor is Dr. Keith Primo, Clinical Associate Professor of Emergency Medicine. Dr. Max Coffin. Dr. Andres Diego Sanchez. Dr. Megan Kathleen Taylor, who will be hooded by Dr. Andrea Rabi, her mother. Our next mentor is Dr. Mari Ricker, Professor of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Michelle Robert Anthony. Dr. Brendan Barness. Dr. Kiana Simone Allison Quintine Burnett Ferdinardo, who will be hooded by Dr. Davida Manor, her aunt. Dr. Brittany Chi, who will be hooded by Dr. Bruce Chi, her brother. Dr. Jessica Diaz Hansen. Dr. Catherine Reardon. Dr. Donna Sage, who will be hooded by Dr. Melissa Sage, her sister. Our final mentor is Dr. James Warnicki, Professor of Surgery. Dr. Natalie Loren Demergian. Dr. Curtis McGuire. Dr. Shams Nasser, who will be hooded by Dr. Bassam Nasser, her father. And Dr. Marija Shahid.
All right. How about an applause for all the presenters? It is now my honor to administer the Hippocratic Oath. Class, I will read a section and you will repeat after me. In accordance with the Oath of Hippocrates, I solemnly pledge by all that I hold sacred that according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and stipulation. I solemnly pledge by all that I hold sacred that according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and stipulation. I will follow that method of treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients and will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous.
I will follow that method of treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients and will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous.
I will give no deadly medicine to anyone if asked, nor suggest such counsel.
I will give no deadly medicine to anyone if asked, nor suggest such counsel.
I will not perform any illegal operation. Into whatever house I may enter, I will go for the benefit of the sick and will abstain from every voluntary act of mischief and corruption.
I will not perform any illegal operation. Into whatever house I may enter, I will go for the benefit of the sick and will abstain from every voluntary act of mischief and corruption.
Whatever, in connection with my professional practice, or not in connection with it, I may see or hear in the lives of humankind which ought not to be spoken abroad, I will not divulge, reckoning that all such matters should be kept secret.
Whatever in connection with my professional practice, or not in connection with it, I may see or hear in the lives of humankind which ought not to be spoken abroad, I will not divulge, reckoning that all such matters should be kept secret.
I will always honor my teachers, and I will impart by precept, lecture, and every other mode of instruction a knowledge of the art of medicine to all those deemed worthy and who are bound by a stipulation and oath, and to the law of medicine.
I will always honor my teachers, and I will impart by precept, lecture, and every other mode of instruction a knowledge of the art of medicine to all those deemed worthy and who are bound by stipulation and oath, and to the law of medicine.
While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art, respected by all humankind and at all times. But should I trespass and violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot.
While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art, respected by all humankind at all times. But should I trespass and violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot.
As our ceremony comes to a close, I would like to thank the numerous staff volunteers who have helped make this a special event for our graduates and guests. I would also like to express my appreciation to the faculty and administrators who gave their time today to take part in this special milestone event in our graduates' lives. Your presence means a great deal to them. And finally, again, thank you to our speakers, to Dr. Andrew Lee and Dr. Brendan Barnes. Class of 25, this day signifies a new beginning for each of you. In addition to earning your medical degree, you have earned the right to be associated with a very special group of individuals. Since our first class graduated in 1971, thousands of physicians have received a diploma from the College of Medicine, Tucson. After our ceremony tonight, as graduates and alumni of the University of Arizona College of Medicine, you will have joined our MD alumni family, which now numbers more than 5,400. I offer you my warmest congratulations. Continue to make us proud, and know that we will celebrate the many achievements that are yet to come in your very bright futures. I would like to invite our faculty marshals, Dr. Ahmad and Dr. Bloom, to come to each of the stairways and to lead our graduates outside. Faculty, please follow the students. Now, will the audience please remain seated until the students and faculty have exited? And now, let's make some noise for the class of 2025. Thank you.